And here we are rolling, folks. My name is Ms. Communication, and I am joined by
Julia Sleazer.
And you are watching the FOCO Girls Gone Derby Micro Bruisers versus the Happy Valley Derby Darlings, Molly Morbids. And we have our jam underway with 4 points up on the board. And I've got the wrong one because this was switched around. I have the wrong roster. That's Oklahoma City out there. So Oklahoma City right now in control of the jam. 2-Bit gets through, calls off the jam for another 4 points, 8-0. Sorry, folks, we forgot there was a trade in the schedule at the last minute. So you're watching Oklahoma City Roller Derby's Tornado Alley Roller Girls versus the Happy Valley Derby Darlings. Happy Valley actually playing their second ever sanctioned game right now before your eyes here on Colorado Sports TV.
Looks like as we get started out, we've got Oklahoma City's jammer really making headway through the pack and getting lead jammer status. Happy Valley's jammer is stuck in the pack, but she makes it out.
That's number 55, Eliza Juxiu, lead jammer, and number 2 for Happy Valley, Millie Megahertz. Eliza in the fray of the pack, comes up the inside, calls off the jam, picks up 4 points, cutting Oklahoma's lead, well, hacking their lead away. Looks like that was actually 3 points.
Indeed.
13 on the board for Oklahoma.
So right now we got Happy Valley with 3, Oklahoma with 13.
Oklahoma right now ranked 106. Right now, Happy Valley, of course, their second sanctioned bout is being played right now. So it very well could happen as a result of this tournament that they could see themselves in the May rankings. Number 382 for Oklahoma jamming, Anomaly, and she is a lead jammer.
Looks like the Oklahoma pivot is being sent to the box.
That's 6 to the 3rd power, Rachel Coffey in the box. And Happy Valley also sends one of their own to the box, number 21, Gambit.
Happy Valley jammer Olivia Wildchild is having some trouble getting through the pack. She's just made her initial pass now. Looks like that is the end of the jam. 0 points for Happy Valley. Looks like that was a 5-point pass for Oklahoma.
5-point pass for Oklahoma puts them up 18-3 with 26 minutes remaining here in the first half. Thank you for joining us here on Colorado Sports TV. We are broadcasting a whole lot of Derby this weekend, and we sure would appreciate it if you'd help us defray our expenses by clicking on the donate button and sending us a few bucks. You know, if everyone sent us a few bucks, it would definitely help us bring you more coverage of Mayday Mayhem. With the star for the ladies in white, Happy Valley, that's number 4, Pain in the Nicky. She is skating against...
That is Scary England, number 09 from Oklahoma City Roller Derby, sorry.
Scary England out and ready to score. Pain in the pack. She calls off the jam. Looks like she picked up 2 points for Happy Valley. Brings them up to 5 points, 18 for Oklahoma City. 25 minutes left in the first half.
As we get set up for this next jam, I wanted to tell you about Sticker Giant. They are custom sticker experts and the official sticker company of ColoradoSports.TV. You can check them out at stickergiant.com.
That's number 2, Millie Megahertz, with the star for the ladies in white from Happy Valley, and she is skating against number 85?
Yes.
E-Bomb. And a multiple player block for E-Bomb. She heads to the penalty box And Millie Megahertz out of the pack, lead jammer. Those multiple player blocks can be picked up by jammers quite easily now with the new rules, because they have a tendency to grab onto their team members' jerseys or body parts to pull themselves through the pack. And if an opposing player hits them, then it's all over for them.
Yep.
5 up in the air for Millie Megahertz.
Looks like she's calling it off. Puts Happy Valley with 10 points, Oklahoma City with 18.
She calls it off with E-Bomb standing on her feet in the penalty box. We're going to have a power start for Happy Valley here in this next jam. 30-second penalties, definitely adjusting gameplay, Julius Leeser.
It really, really, really does.
That's number 84, Wham Bam Julianne for Happy Valley. And that's number 85, E-Bomb, standing on her feet in the penalty box.
Let's see if she can get through the pack while the power jam's still
Oh,
on.
and Wham Bam hit to the infield by number 2817 for Oklahoma.
Oh, and Wham Bam being called off for a track cut. Looks like a power jam for Oklahoma City, in fact.
E-Bomb garnering lead jammer status out of the penalty box. Of course, you can get lead jammer status if you start in the penalty box.
It's true.
But you lose it if you go there. She gets knocked to the infield, and
Looks like she's making her way through the pack. Got one last Happy Valley player giving her some trouble. She makes it through with that 5-point pass.
oh, the 5-point pass was... oh, yep, all 5 points up there for her. And E-Bomb looking for the outside. Great little hurting move by her team as she goes ahead and calls it off as she gets knocked out of bounds. And we now have a jam with both jammers in it for the next jam.
Hooray. That was a 3-point pass there for OKC.
8 points total for E-Bomb, makes their score 26-10. We've got 22 minutes left here in this first half of the second game on the second track of Mayday Mayhem.
We're going to start off. This is the 6th jam.
And Payne and the Nikki out in front, lead jammer. Happy Valley actually controlling that lead jammer status one more time than Oklahoma.
She is up against M80 from Oklahoma City, who is T-Not-T.
And,
Happy Valley's jammer is being sent to the box for a back block.
and that means we will go the full 2 minutes of this marathon jam, Julius Leeser. Right now, Tina T, the only one out there scoring points in this power jam for Oklahoma. Oklahoma's blockers getting their goat at the back of the pack, forcing a little active sausage attempt at the top. She's free and, of course, not eligible for lead jammer. We've got about 1 minute and 6 seconds left on that jam clock. She comes up against O-Megative, and a little floor takedown helps her out, and she picks up 5 points for Oklahoma City.
We've got the Happy Valley jammer re-entering the pack from the box. Looks like on this first pass, she's going to get the first 5 points and try to call it, but she cannot call it. She went to the box as lead. You do not retain lead if you enter the box, of course.
Correct. She was likely sitting on some points when she went into the box, hence the 5 points given to her. 4 points for Tina T. And Payne and the Nikki fighting her way up to the top of the pack against the Oklahoma City defense. We're seeing a lot of slow defense being played already here on this slick floor this weekend. Pack all spread out, trying to make a bridge over troubled water for Tina T to get through, and she does. 4 points, 4 more points for Oklahoma City.
Got just 2 seconds left in this jam. Here we go.
Block party knocking Payne out to the outfield. She's forced to restart, an additional 2 points for her. 13-8 in that last jam. Score now 39-18 with Oklahoma City on top. 20 minutes left in the first half. Another jam in play.
It's like Happy Valley's blockers have really encompassed the Oklahoma City jammer.
And Millie Megahertz is headed out to the box on a track cut.
Looks like even though Scary England made it through the pack, she is not lead jammer. She is the only jammer remaining on the track.
She had a pass on someone who was out of play. So we will have no lead jammer again in this jam. So we're going to go for the full 2 minutes as Scary England puts another 5 on the board for Oklahoma City. Happy Valley motioning for the girls, their pivot, motioning for the girls to build a wall and hold it. She sets up a brace at the front of the pack, but there's no one there to chase Scary England, and she puts up another 5 points.
She really just went right inside and around that wall.
That pivot for Happy Valley with the bossy pants on is number 503, Hip Knock It Therapy.
Looks like Happy Valley's Millie Megahertz is back on the track.
Millie Megahertz up against a brace of 2 Oklahoma City blockers at the top of the pack. They knock her in as Scary England is able to complete another scoring pass.
I believe Happy Valley is still on their initial pass. She went to the box in her initial pass.
Correct. She was mid-initial pass there, and she gets knocked to the infield again, and we've got a forearm penalty that time on number 0707, Sinful Lee will go sit for 30 seconds as Millie Megahertz tries to get up to the top of the pack, gets knocked out of bounds by Lita Hobita, but she has to let her go because she puts herself out of play as well. So Millie is now clear to score for Happy Valley.
Just as the jam ends. She got 4 points, though.
It's 4 points for Oklahoma City, 2 points picked up for Happy Valley. Score now. That was a total of 20-2 on that last jam, 59-20 with just under 18. Now, the Oklahoma City Roller Derby was founded in 2006, and they're presently ranked 106 in the WFTDA. Last year's record, 7-3. They had wins against Assassination Roller Derby out of Dallas, Roughneck, Springfield. Of course, no one told me which Springfield that was.
I was just thinking, is that my Springfield?
I don't know, or maybe it's Springfield, Illinois, or Springfield.
There's many Springfields.
We've got a team timeout right now.
Oh, I bet it is actually Missouri Springfield.
I would assume because it's slightly close to Oklahoma City.
Right.
But there's also a Springfield, Oklahoma, my friend.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Gee whiz. Well, I'm going to leave it.
Springfield somewhere.
I'm gonna leave it. Some Springfield.
They also won against West Texas, who is here this weekend, and Alamo City, Mississippi.
And looks like Como Derby Dames, which is actually my home league.
Very correct. We're back from that team timeout. We've got 17:54 here in the first half, 59-20 with Oklahoma on top. Keep Roller Derby rolling across your screen. Click on that donate button for Colorado Sports TV.
So as we get underway, Oklahoma City's got a wall set up. Happy Valley's got their own wall set up, and they're both doing a pretty good job of keeping each other's opposing jammers back.
E-Bomb with the star for the ladies in blue and orange, and she breaks free. Lead jammer, Oklahoma City. For Happy Valley,
Good.
That's Gypsy Wipeout. First time jamming in this game. She's out, ready to score points. 4 points up in the air for Oklahoma.
She calls it off.
Looks like E-Bomb wasn't quite aware of Gypsy catching up to the pack there.
Yeah.
Took her almost a full turn on the track. That could have been dangerous, putting points on the board for Happy Valley. But that was a 4-0 jam, 63-20 with 17 minutes left in the first half. .63.20, we've got the 5-second mark, and that jam is in play.
Looks like currently Oklahoma's got 2 blockers in the box. Happy Valley's got 1, although Oklahoma City's got lead jammer status. That is Lita Hobita. Oh, that is the best.
Lita out in front, but closing the gap behind her, number 503, Hip Knock It Therapy. Both of them hit the pack at the same time, but Lita managing to pick up 4 points before calling off the jam. No points for Happy Valley in that last jam, 67-20. You may be wondering how the tournament is set up. So we seed everybody into groups. So right now we've got 4 groups of WFTDA teams, the top 3 seeds in there. They will all play each other in a little round robin, which will seed into a bracket, which will start tomorrow.
Here we got this jam underway. Looks like Happy Valley's got lead.
It's Millie Megahertz, number 2 in white, lead jammer for Happy Valley.
Looks like the Oklahoma jammer is Tina T. Currently does not have lead jammer status, clearly.
She is out ready to score, rounding the turn at 4. Millie gets knocked to the outfield and calls off the jam, but she does pick up 3 points for Happy Valley. Score 23-67, 15 minutes left in the first half.
We're going to be starting this jam with nobody in the box.
Oh, a little 5-on-5 derby. How novel.
I've seen it before.
And we'll see it again.
No, I'm sure.
Let's just check off our cliches as we go, Julia.
Whatever. So the jam is on, but it looks like the players are a little slow to get started. Happy
Oklahoma
Valley.
City building a brace defense at the top of the pack for Payne and the Nicky to contend with for Happy Valley. We've got a big hit from Happy Valley's defender on the outside against Oklahoma City's jammer. We've got a little hammer and nail, and she is now out in front of the pack. Payne and the Nicky, lead jammer, Happy Valley.
Looks like Oklahoma City's jammer has actually gone to the box, though I'm afraid I missed the call.
That's E-Bomb in the penalty box. And with the pack stopped, so we can make sausage here in roller derby. 5 points in the air for Payne and the Nicky. Happy Valley taking a slightly aggressive offense. It's kind of like my grandma when she wants to really take a dig into me being passive aggressive. But she goes ahead and calls off the jam with 10 points for Payne and the Nicky on that power jam. E-Bomb out of the box, except she gets...
Oh, an illegal procedure.
First she picked up an elbow,
Okay.
and then we've got...
I'm wondering if maybe she left the box early.
Was it a... Well, except she got an elbow and then an illegal procedure after she said something to the ref.
Well, there's nothing you can say to a ref to get an illegal procedure, though. But
Yeah.
there's about a million things you can do to get an illegal procedure.
That, very true, very true. Possibly re-entry the wrong way.
Maybe?
So anyway, we'll see her sit
Another 30 seconds.
in the box. 67-33 right now. Oklahoma City on top and contending with the top of the Oklahoma City defense. That's number 428, Olivia Wildchild. Happy Valley in control of this jam with E-Bomb on her feet. So she was only assessed one of those penalties at the end of the jam. I assume the illegal procedure beat the elbow penalty, or perhaps the elbow penalty was for someone else. E-Bomb being knocked to the outfield. Happy Valley backing it up, hoping to give Julia her first scoring pass. 5 points for Happy Valley. E-Bomb making a pass on the inside of the pack pretty easily. She's ready to score. Julia Wildchild now on her second scoring pass. She contends with the top of the pack and calls off the jam. 7 points for Olivia Wildchild
Looks like
in that.
We're going to have a timeout for Oklahoma City.
Both teams sitting with 2 timeouts left for this game. 67-40, 27-point lead for Oklahoma City. 12 minutes left in the first half.
Let me take a moment to tell you about this awesome website. It is Roller Derby Nation at rdnation.com. They are bringing roller derby to the masses. They help leagues manage themselves better so they can skate more, and you can download free software from them. Again, that's rdnation.com.
67-40, and what I'm kind of seeing here when I look at my jammer lineup on my scribbles here, Julia, is that Happy Valley, you know, we've got Millie. Millie's kind of a staple in that lineup, and then, of course, Payne. What's Payne's number? What's her full name? Sorry, I have scribbles everywhere. Pain in the Nicky, number 4. But then we've got this really deep rotation that they're bringing in as well. Gypsy Wipeout in there. Olivia just skated her first jam. So it looks like they're taking their 2 jammers and then doing a 3rd jammer rotation, but keeping it real light and easy on that 3rd jammer. Those jammers, though, being fairly productive. I mean, Olivia just picking up 7 points for Happy Valley. Happy Valley only 27 points away from Oklahoma City, so it's still anybody's cliche right now.
Yeah, it may not necessarily be an usual rotation, but it seems to be keeping the score fairly close. We currently just have a 17-point spread, and Happy Valley currently has lead jammer status.
Millie Megahertz out there as lead jammer for Happy Valley, and that's Tina T for Oklahoma City. She is out ready to score points about half a track behind Millie. Millie, though, in the fray of the pack, slams into it, calls off the jam, but picks up 1 point for her team.
She also seems to have picked up a penalty. I believe I saw a track cut call on her. So we're going to be starting off with Oklahoma City in a power jam.
67-41, 11 minutes left in the half. Remember, folks, you've only got a little time. You can only do one of the 3 S's on the break because we're only going to have a 5-minute halftime on this track, so we're trying to catch up some time. That's number 55 for Oklahoma City, Eliza Juxiu. And Eliza out and lead jammer. Happy Valley being told where the pack is, which is back behind them.
Looks like Happy Valley's jammer is just now standing in the box.
And number 411 Block Party heads to the box for Oklahoma City. She'll be joined by another Oklahoma City blocker as well. 5 points for Eliza as Millie picks up some speed to re-enter the pack from the box. Eliza Juxiu ricocheting everywhere like she's the Slayer. She picks up 5 points.
And that was actually currently it's 4.
Oh, 4, sorry. 4 points for her, so 9 points total right now for this jam. Millie out ready to score. Looks like Eliza's going to take another hit at it with 4 Happy Valley blockers in the pack. She does pick up 2 points before calling off the jam. That was a big risk on her part, though, with all 4 blockers from Happy Valley out there. All that Millie needed to do was pass 1 Oklahoma City player to pick up her full points from the penalty box. 2 points there, so 3 points total, but she did not. 12-0 in that last jam puts Oklahoma City up 79-41. We've got 9 minutes left in the half. Wham Bam Julianne skating for Happy Valley, but out in front, that's Oklahoma City lead jammer, Anomaly. Anomaly rounding up to the pack. Wham Bam picks up a back block in the pack as Oklahoma City manages to put up 5 points. We've got another power jam advantage, Oklahoma City.
Happy Valley started off with a wall as Oklahoma City's jammer came through.
That's number 132, Bloody Two Shoes, kind of directing the blocking at the top of the pack there. Anomaly, though, has 1 to beat, and both of them get taken down. And Anomaly decides to call off the jam, but it looked like she was heading to go back to try and re-enter behind the person who took herself out when she blocked her. Score now 89-41, 10 points for Anomaly in that last jam, and we still have Wham sitting in the penalty box, Wham Bam Julianne, so this will be a power jam situation still for Oklahoma City. Eliza Juxiu on the line for Oklahoma City to finish out this power jam. And the sausage is made, and she is lead jammer. Wham Bam Julianne standing now in the penalty box, less than 10 seconds left on her penalty. Happy Valley pushing back their line, making it very easy for Oklahoma City to split their defense in the pack. Wham Bam Julianne out of the box, ready to score points. Eliza is still on her initial scoring pass, as Wham Bam Julianne in the fray of the pack, likely picking up points for Happy Valley.
Looks like she's going to come out of that pass with 5 points for Oklahoma City, and she's going to go ahead and call it off.
2 points for Wham Bam Julianne. 94-43 right now, 7 minutes left on the period clock. I'm not sure if Eliza was burning time off the clock, but this score is not far enough away to start burning time and taking the risk of letting the other team score points, in my opinion.
Definitely not.
I mean, we're still in the first half. We've got 7 minutes of play left in the first half, and really it is not unimaginable that Happy Valley could sprint in a few power jams, which, you know, plenty of power jams have been given up by Oklahoma City in this game thus far. We got Lita, lead jammer for Oklahoma City. She is up against number 46, Steel Magnolia. So we've got Lita versus Leah in this jam. Steel, this is her first time jamming for Happy Valley, and she's out ready to score points.
Looks like Lita's going to bring in 4 points for Oklahoma City.
Happy Valley sending number 132, Bloody Two Shoes, to the box. Oh, Lita dealing out her own hit, but that hit was not legal, my friends. She is going to go for a back block power jam advantage, Steel Magnolia.
So it looks like we're going to have a 2-minute jam. We've got about a minute left of that.
Steel Magnolia breaks free, picks up 5 points for Happy Valley. So 5-4 right now, the total for this jam for both teams. And Steel Magnolia skates by on the outside. Oklahoma City not looking to the right in that one. 5 points for Steel Magnolia. Happy Valley, of course, stopping the pack. And then they go active as Lita starts to catch up to the pack. But we've got 15 points on the board for Happy Valley. Great power jam for Happy Valley, putting up 3 scoring passes in that 30 seconds.
Lita juking around the remaining Happy Valley player to get out and get, looks like, I believe that was a 4-point pass.
Multiplayer block sends 6 cubed Rachel Coffey to the box. 4-4 for each of those players for a pass. We got 19-12 in that last jam. Oh, 20. Okay, scoreboard is telling me 20-8. I apologize, folks. 20-8 in that last jam. 102 for Oklahoma City.
That was an excellent use of a power jam for sure.
20 points for Happy Valley, 63 for them, 106 for Oklahoma City. 4 minutes left in this first half. Anomaly putting on the star for Oklahoma City. She is lead jammer, but she gets knocked to the outfield by 777 Honey Guns.
We got number 4 Payne and the Nikki up for Happy Valley, trying to get past these few Oklahoma City blockers that are keeping her back.
The baby has been eaten, folks. We repeat, the baby has been eaten. Oklahoma City's jammer just now exiting the pack, but Payne and the Nikki is ready to score points, so she goes ahead and calls off the jam. We're still sitting at 106-63, 3.5 minutes left in the first half.
Looks like we're going to have number 55 Eliza Jukes you up for Oklahoma City against Millie Megahertz for Happy Valley.
And Eliza on the outside lead jammer for Oklahoma City. Millie's still fighting her way through the pack. She's got a 2-wall to contend against. They're trying to push her back into the pack to join the rest of their blockers, the Oklahoma City blockers. Pack looking spread out, gets defined, and they have to let Millie go, not lead. Eliza almost finishes her initial scoring pass, but then she gets knocked into the outfield by hip knock-it therapy.
Looks like jam gets called, it looks like Oklahoma's going to pick up 4 points. Happy Valley's going to pick up 1 on that last pass.
110 to 64. Great hustle by Millie to pick up a point while not lead. Crowd chanting, Lita, Lita, oh, Beta. She is jamming for Oklahoma City in this next jam.
I'm enjoying that a little too much.
It may be too early in the tournament to be punch drunk.
Oh, it looks like Lita's being sent to the box for a forearm.
Forearm penalty will cager for 30 seconds. Number 84, Wham Bam Julianne, with the star and the power jam. But
Oh, looks like she's being called for a track cut.
Correct. That was number 411 Block Party forcing the cut.
Looks like Lita was a little bit busy yelling to her team to realize that she was supposed to pop right out of the box on the official signal.
We're going to go the remaining minute and 11 seconds in this jam, and there's roughly about a minute and 11 seconds on the period clock as well. Lita breaking through on her initial pass. She will, of course, be not lead jammer. Wham Bam Julianne, after serving the equal time, back in as well. She's on the inside of the pack, looking at a brace, though, of Oklahoma City blockers.
They're really working hard to keep her back. She's coming all the way back to try to pass. Is that Anomaly?
It is Anomaly, number 382 for Oklahoma City.
Who has soul crushed her almost half the track back.
Lita finally breaking free, picks up 5 points. That's a jammer lap point, folks. As both teams sending blockers to the box. Sinfully for Oklahoma City. And someone without a visible number on her right arm for Happy Valley. Oh, negative. Taking the star from Wham Bam Julianne to try and be effective in this jam, but we don't have it. 4 points for Lita, 10 to 0. Sorry, 5 points for her, 10 to 0. 120-64, and we are going to go into halftime for 5 minutes now, folks. 120-64, Oklahoma City definitely showing that they've been around the WFTDA a little bit longer than Happy Valley.
Oh, certainly.
But I am super impressed by Happy Valley's use of a really deep third jammer rotation. Those jammers have all been basically effective in, first of all, resting the other two, their major two jammers that they're putting in, but also putting points up on their own. It's not like they're just filler jammers.
Yeah, as I said before, it's not a usual jammer rotation, but it seems to be effective in this case. Even though the score is 64 to 120, that doesn't mean in the second half they're not going to pull up and pull ahead.
Well, and Happy Valley, you know, they are looking at a long weekend of tournament play, and keeping their jammers as rested as possible will most certainly help them. I mean, you can also see there's a little bit of advantage in the distance. I mean, Happy Valley only about 5.5, 6 hours drive from here, somewhere in there. They're from Orem, Utah.
Okay.
And Oklahoma City, of course, has a bit more of a travel. Bringing a little bit smaller team as well. The bench completely full for Happy Valley. Right now we've got the men warming up. We've got the Cornstalkers out there and the Dallas Inception. They are getting ready to play. I believe they are our next game on this track.
Is this the first men's bout for today?
This will be the first men's bout for today. Yes, the Cornstalkers versus the Dallas Inception. And that will be coming up directly after this game. We'll have a 20-minute break. So we are going to take a little bit of a break, rest our voices, take a drink of water. You guys do the same, and we will be back with the second period in 3.5 minutes.
A Sticker Giant helps people make great stickers. I'm John Fisher, and I started the company. Every sticker has a story behind it. Every sticker has something behind it besides just stickiness.
People seem to flock towards stickers no matter what they are all about.
It's a portable billboard. It can go anywhere.
Seeing stickers on little girls' foreheads.
Cars, motorcycles.
Stop signs, we don't endorse that.
Baby bottoms.
I see stickers everywhere. I see stickers in my dreams.
We're a small little group of people and we all kind of have the same vision for success.
Every person is quality minded, top to bottom. We're about getting the job done right.
The quality of Sticker Giant stickers is really fantastic. We run 3 different materials here. All of them were researched to find the best possible thing we can get.
We can get your email and process your stickers in 24 hours and get them out to you.
We try and do things quickly, we try and do them accurately, and we try and get people the stickers that they want. People ask me what I do, and I go, we make stickers all day. There's this company in rural Boulder County, and all they do is make stickers and labels. What makes Sticker Giant a great sticker? What the customer wants, because we can print any kind of sticker. Every day there's a sticker to where I see it, and I just want to know the story behind it. I want to know the company. I want to talk to the owner.
We take people's passions, things that they're really fired up about. We make it over and over and over so those people can tell their story to the world.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We are back.
Yay.
And front. We're back in front together. I'm Miscommunication.
I'm Julia Sleazer.
And we are headed into the second half of the Happy Valley Derby Darlings versus the Oklahoma City Roller Derby. Score right now is 120-64, Oklahoma City on top, but we got a whole 30-minute second period coming up for you.
True story.
I'm so excited that this tournament is a men's tournament and a women's tournament, Julia.
I'm always excited to be able to do both on one weekend, honestly.
I enjoy the man derby, and we will have juniors on Sunday.
Really?
Yes.
That's exciting.
It's like all of the sizes of derby.
All the derbies.
Lita Hobita out in front, your first jammer for Oklahoma City and also lead jammer. That's number 503, Hypnotic Therapy for Happy Valley. Pack spreading out a little bit. Happy Valley trying desperately to pull some pack control so they can let their jammer go while also containing Lita. And we got the no pack call. And Hypnotic Therapy is ready to score points for Happy Valley. Lita makes a run for it on the outside. And Happy Valley can't quite catch her, so she calls off the jam. 4 points. For Oklahoma City puts them up 124-64. 29 minutes left in the game. If you like what you're seeing, please scroll down a little bit and click on the Donate Now button. Any amount helps. You can donate as few as $1 and as many as you would like. I would suggest $5 a day for your tournament viewing pleasure. But that's just a suggestion.
It's a good suggestion, though.
Yeah, $15 for 42 games of Mayday Mayhem.
Right.
Plus Gotham when they come on later on tonight, too.
I believe the archives will be available for free, too, right?
Very much so. And if we get enough donations on that Donate Now button, we won't have to go to a pay-per-view option.
That is
So
excellent.
your generation could fund our non-pay-per-viewness in the future here at Colorado Sports TV. That was a Millie versus...
Indeed.
Indeed. So that was a Happy Valley lead jammer status, 0-0, both of them breaking free from the pack, and we are into our third jam of the second half of the second game on the second track of Mayday Mayhem.
But on the first day, what's up?
Oh, well, you know.
Wrench.
There's a one in there somewhere. 124-64, Oklahoma City on top. Clock counting down at 27 minutes in the game. Up at the top of the pack, skating for Oklahoma City, that's number 382, Anomaly. And she is lead.
She's going to be up against Steel Magnolia from Happy Valley, who is currently trying her hardest to get past these last two Oklahoma City blockers. Having a bit of trouble.
Leah fighting against E-Bomb at the top of the pack, but they have to let her go out of play. And she is ready to score. Anomaly, though, finishes her scoring pass, calls off the jam. 4 points for Oklahoma City. We have a really huge crew in the house joining Colorado Sports TV. We've got 20 announcers and about a gajillion officials and non-skating officials.
That's true.
On behalf of the Slaughterhouse Roller Derby, thank you, officials, for showing up so that we can play this massive tournament. Remember, folks, the refs have to skate the entire game, not just 2 minutes at a time. 128.64, 26 minutes on the clock. We've got Lita for Oklahoma City, and she is skating against number 503, Hypnotic Therapy. Big bridge going for the Soul Crush against Lita. Happy Valley having some good luck containing Lita. Looks like they've kind of figured out her wily ways, Julia. That leaves Hypnotic Therapy. Time to get out. Lead jammer, Happy Valley.
Just now, Lita's made it out of her initial pass.
I think Happy Valley's found the key, and they're locking it down in the pack. Hypnotic Therapy forced to call the jam with Lita putting on the pressure, 0-0. I'm noticing that Happy Valley kind of locking their wall in the second half here. Before they were kind of spreading themselves out, and Oklahoma City was able to come in and split their wall of defense, and they're doing a better job this half of staying together as one wall.
Or there was a little bit, sometimes they would be a little bit too close and not paying good attention, and the jammer could get through on either the inside or the outside, just go right past the wall. So they're doing a better job of having pack awareness and walling up appropriately.
That's number 2, Milli Megahertz for Happy Valley, jamming against number 55, Eliza Jukes You. Oklahoma City defense containing Milli Megahertz. She gets locked at the back of the pack. Eliza Jukes You out in front, lead jammer, but this isn't any dollhouse for her. Milli right behind her. Oklahoma City's defense walled up at the back of the pack. Eliza trying to boss them around and telling them to get to the front, but not before 1 point scored for each team there. I think Eliza was hoping that Oklahoma City would move to the front of the pack so that she would gain more time and ability to score some points against Happy Valley.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out that way.
Score 129-65. We've got 24 minutes left in this game.
Like we've got Honey Guns out there for her first jam as a jammer in this bout for Happy Valley, although Lita has got lead jammer status for Oklahoma City, followed very closely by Honey Guns.
Once again, Happy Valley showing that third jammer rotation by someone fresh and showing that they can put on the pressure against Oklahoma City.
Definitely.
Oh, Honey Guns hitting the back of the pack.
I believe that was a 0-0.
It's a 0-0 jam, even though Lita did shoot into the pack and call off the jam.
I think she may have shot in and maybe like out of bounds. Maybe I was looking at it wrong.
Perhaps. 129-65, 23 minutes left in the game. I'm kind of surprised a back block wasn't assessed. Now I'm facing the front of that last little.
Definitely, yeah. It's hard to see.
But
that's why we have
the way
outside
Honey
backers.
fell, though, I was kind of waiting for it. I was kind of
Yeah.
waiting, like doing my little pause for the back block penalty, and it didn't come. Got a multiplayer block being called on number 55, Eliza Jukes You. And out in front, Oklahoma City, a lead jammer, number 382, Anomaly. I should just know if I don't know who it is, it's her.
For Happy Valley, we've got Hypnotic Therapy out there jamming. She is well stuck behind the Oklahoma City blockers, though.
That's under the direction of number 477, 411 Block Party. They get up front and make that little brace, but it looks like she has broken free with a star pass to number 4, Pain in the Nicky. Oh, we know that name.
It's true.
And now I'm wondering, Julia, let's watch who Happy Valley's pivot is. I have a feeling when they're doing that third jammer rotation, perhaps they're putting in as their pivot one of those stronger jammers like Nikki or Millie. Let's watch for that and see. Now, this time we're going to have O Negative as the pivot for Happy Valley, but I'm wondering if that's why we're seeing that alternate third jammer in. So let's look for that pattern here, Julia.
Okie doke.
It's amazing what a panty pass will teach you. Number 321 or 21 Gambit.
I believe that 321, that's Venus Von Jet.
Oh, 321, Venus Von Jet. Sorry about that.
She currently has lead jammer status.
Lead jammer status for Happy Valley. Now, of course, we didn't see that. Now, see, O Negative, not one of the
Well, this is
main
I
jammers.
believe this is not Venus's first time out there jamming, though, right? This bout.
This bout, I believe this is the first time we've seen her, yes. With Eliza Juxu out ready to score points, and she likely maybe has passed someone here. Happy Valley's bench finally getting through 2-0.
Worked out. I was almost positive she was going to manage to score a point because they continue to score through the fourth whistle. I thought for sure.
Yep, see, here we go. Pain in the Nicky.
Okay.
Number 4 is going to be the pivot in this jam. Yes, she is. So we've got Lita and, oh wait, is that Millie that put on the star?
227. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm lying. It's all lies.
Forgive us, we have an OPR in our way.
It's true.
That's number 2, Millie Megahertz in.
Taking quite a spell.
Taking quite the spill for Happy Valley. Lita out in front, though.
Got about a third of the track between the two. Looks like Millie's going to make it. She went to the inside and got through, got 4 points before Lita knew to call it off.
2 points for Lita, 4 for Millie. 139 to 72. Oklahoma City still on top. 19 minutes left in the game. 2 blockers in the box for Oklahoma City right now, and we've got a team timeout being called for Happy Valley. They are down to 1 timeout left for the game.
It's true.
One of our sponsors, the Xerox Commercial Solutions.
Don't forget, folks, we've got that Donate Now button
Mayday Mayhem tournament.
for Colorado Sports TV. We are at 3 tracks at once this weekend, starting tonight. When play starts in Denver, Colorado Sports TV will be covering the Thin Air Throwdown and then also the Mayday Mayhem. That is 49 total games on Colorado Sports TV this weekend. And we are doing that on the kindness of your donation. So please click that Donate Now button. Give us a few bucks. I recommend $5 a day for all kinds of Derby all weekend. $5 a day, 49 games. I don't know if I can do that math about
I won't.
pennies.
I won't
Pennies
do
a
it.
game. Pennies a game.
I'm not here to do math. Is the thing.
To watch us on the internet, and also those archives will be free, and it usually takes them about a week to get those archives put up.
Again, you can give as little as $1 or as much as all of your money. So it's up to you.
And technically, it's PayPal. I mean, you could do
Yeah.
whatever your credit limit is, I guess.
Yeah, you can.
Sometimes I feel like I give away my credit limit to roller derby, Julia.
I know I do.
139.72, and Jam is in play. Hip knock it therapy with the star for Happy Valley, and she's jamming against a forestalled. Is that Eliza? Nope, not Eliza.
She runs through that pack so bad.
That's Anomaly. See, again, if I should.
You knew that you didn't know who it was, so you knew it was Anomaly.
Right, neither jammer right now, lead jammer, both getting knocked to the outfield and have to restart. Oklahoma City sending their 2 blockers back in from the box and out in front. Anomaly, lead jammer. Hypnotic therapy with 1 to beat at the top of the pack, but Happy Valley lagging it back. Oh, big hit coming out of the penalty box for Rachel Coffey.
That was pretty serious business.
She's just back with a vengeance.
Yum.
Anomaly with some thrills, spills, and chills in the pack calls off the jam before Hypnotic therapy gets a chance to catch up. Score now 139-72 with 18 minutes left in the game.
Looks like we are going to have Lita for Oklahoma City up against Wham Bam for Happy Valley.
Wham Bam Julianne with the star for Happy Valley. And again, we see number 4 from Happy Valley, Pain in the Nicky, putting the pivot on. I see Stratomagy. So Wham Bam Julianne recovering from hit on the inside, but not before Lita can beat her out of the pack. Lead jammer, Oklahoma City. Pain in the Nicky headed to the penalty box for a 30-second sit.
Sorry, go ahead. Oklahoma City has got their wall and are very effectively keeping Wham Bam in check.
And Lita breaking free. Those Happy Valley blockers doing a great job of swapping from defense to offense, hoping to spring their jammer as Lita catches up with the pack on her second scoring pass of the jam.
It looks like Wham Bam Julianne's being called for a multiplayer block. So the next jam starting off with a power jam for Oklahoma City.
Wham Bam Julianne getting a little desperate to get through the pack. Team timeout being called for Oklahoma City.
Currently, the score is 72-153 with Oklahoma City up ahead.
And for some reason, the scoreboard is telling us there are still 2 timeouts remaining for these teams, but
It could be that the scoreboard operator forgot to hit the button.
yeah, we're at
simply
1 and 1 left for each of these
should
teams
be,
on
should
those.
be.
And 153-72, 17 minutes left in the game. I do believe I uncovered Happy Valley's reason for doing that interesting third jammer.
Good work, buddy.
Slaughterhouse won their game over on track 1 just now, and we're getting ready to have the first men's games take off. On track 1, you're going to have Lane County Concussion taking on the Uinta Madness. Sorry, the Uinta Madness out of Wasatch. And now on track 2, in about 17 minutes plus 20 minutes, in about a half an hour, we're going to have the Cornstalkers versus the Dallas Inception B team from Dallas. 72-153, jam is back in play, and with Wham Bam Julianne caged in the box, it's a power jam for Oklahoma City's Eliza jukes you.
There she goes. She finds an opening and she manages to go right through it, getting lead jammer status.
Well, you know, that's how Eliza jukes you works. You know, find an opening, any opportunity, if it's with the bad guys or the good guys.
Do what you gotta do.
I'm going to make so many Buffy and Dollhouse references. It's going to be great.
Well, the bad news
all
is
weekend.
I've never watched Buffy.
Ah,
I watched the movie.
no Dollhouse?
I watched the F out of Dollhouse.
Well, there you go.
I'll be there with that.
Okay.
Keep your Buffy to yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just hope that no super creepy serial killers show up as Eliza Jukesy picks up 5 points on the board. We've got Wham Bam Julianne back in the fray and ready to score points from the penalty box. Eliza in control of the jam clock, which is sitting at about 52 seconds right now. And Eliza breaks free, calls off the jam, 4 points for Oklahoma City, a total of 14 to 2. in that last jam. Wham Bam Julianne sneaking in 2 points there at the end. Kind of like Nathan Fillion in Dollhouse. Right? He showed up like in the very last episode or something like that, or two.
Nathan Fillion? I don't remember him showing up in Dollhouse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that business at all.
Short?
No,
I don't know.
are you talking about Alpha being, Wash?
No, I'm not talking about
I
Wash.
don't
I know
remember.
the difference
Oh,
between
well, I don't
Wash
know.
and the captain.
Hey, there's roller derby happening.
There's roller derby
Check out
happening.
that business.
Number 2, Millie in 4, Happy Valley. But out in front, that's Lita. Lead jammer.
As usual, Happy Valley is going to have to rail up against this last Oklahoma City player until they go out of play. That's the pattern I've got there. You can break their jammer code. I can tell you things I've seen as well.
Yes. Well,
That's what I've got.
that's what we do. So Millie Megahertz still on her initial pass. Or, no, she's on her initial scoring pass. 4 points for Lita. 2 points for Millie. And miscommunication will work on her track awareness as well.
Look, I don't remember Nathan Fillion showing up at the end. Is all
Okay,
I'm saying.
171, 76. He might have had some other project on a network that doesn't cancel shows.
Could be.
Did you just snort?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm not here to be judged.
171, 76. Just over 14 minutes left in the game. Eliza Jukes with the star for Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City is keeping back the Happy Valley Jammer once again.
Gypsy Whiteout with the star for the ladies in white, but Eliza does pick up lead jammer.
Put on some speed to make sure she didn't accept a big hit from O negative.
Gypsy wiped out in the back, and she does pick up a cut track against Lita Hobita in the pack. Gypsy looking up, I think she thought that Lita was out of play when Lita backed up inbounds.
I that's the impression I got as well.
So track cut being assessed to Gypsy. Wipeout. As Oklahoma City caging O negative at the back of the pack. That's a goat. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Yay.
And 5 points for Liza Juxiu. Lengthening their score out now 100 over Happy Valley.
We've got the Happy Valley Jammer standing in the box. Should be leaving any second now.
Lita being sent for a low block. And O negative being sent for a clockwise block as Eliza calls off the jam with another 5 points, 10 points total for Oklahoma City, 181-76. The Tornado Alley Roller Girls look super excited to be skating here. They've actually got quite a little pack of, it appears to be Derby Widows.
I just not noticed that yet.
Who like to yell whatever the home team chants are for the ladies in blue and orange. The Molly Morbids, they sent me back an email when I asked for color tips from them. Within 30 seconds, they were so excited to be here.
Nice.
Number 382, Anomaly, is lead jammer for Oklahoma City. But out of the penalty box, Gypsy Wipeout is ready to score points for Happy Valley. Anomaly calling off the jam, picks up 3 points. 184-76. O negative and Lita both on their feet right now in the box. I'm counting too many players out on the track, Julius Laser.
Let me use my eyeballs.
For white. 1, 2, 3, 4. I counted 4. Did we lose one?
No.
Did we? 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Okay.
nope, that's the jammer back there.
I was gonna say I see the jammer, but I'm
I just
sitting
counted
at such
4
an angle.
white,
I've got
four
a
white
ref
people.
in front of me.
Yep.
So who do we have out there jamming?
We've got 132 Bloody Two Shoes putting on the star for Happy Valley, and she's up against Eliza Juxiu, who is lead jammer. Bloody Two Shoes. This is definitely her first time jamming this half.
I have been admiring her, like, they're kind of spats, almost. Leg warmer spats. I want them to be spats. They're spats now.
Okay. spats with extra coverage. Eliza Juxiu looking for it on her first scoring pass. She finally, she grabbed on to one of her team members to pull herself through. She's going to have a multiple player block, and we are going to go the remaining minute and 3 seconds of this jam without a lead jammer. Bloody Two Shoes still on her initial scoring pass. Happy Valley hanging back. Doing a great job of awareness of the no pack situation and making sure to advance toward the pack in front of them. But
This
finally,
is just now her exiting her initial pass. That's how well Oklahoma City is keeping Happy Valley's jammers back.
that was a minute and 37 seconds,
Yeah.
or 27 seconds before she completed her initial pass. Oh, big hit. And that's a sternum hit, folks.
Yeah, it did not look pleasant.
That was a sternum hit, though. That's a legal contact zone, my
No,
friend.
It's where you want to hit people because it hurts like crazy. It's challenging to execute, but it's extremely effective.
Bloody Two Shoes looking like, oh,
Just
check,
wanna get
please.
through.
Oh, and she gets nudged out of bounds, but great job there, falling on her knees so that she can crawl to the infield and restart without getting a track cut.
Definitely.
So we've got 4 and 4 being set up there at the natural conclusion of the jam. Score now 189-81 with 9 minutes left in this first half. I have to tell you, Happy Valley putting on their brave britches. Literally, folks, this is their second sanctioned game ever. This is their first year as a WFTDA team.
When
And
did
they're
they-
like, oh, us, let's come to Mayday. Let's come to Mayday.
Didn't they just recently become full members of WFTDA?
Correct. They were welcomed into the fold as full members at the end of 2013.
That's amazing.
This is their first full year, and they're like, hey, how about the 5th month of the first year that we're WFTDA? Let's do a tournament, because you can in Derby.
They're keeping up, and they're trying. Like, they may not have the points to reflect it, but they're trying hard. They've got good endurance, and they haven't given up, and that's always good to see.
Is it 2 games that you have to play in order to be eligible for ranking?
I am not positive.
So they can get that. This is a double elimination here in this first round of the tournament, so they could get 2 sanctioned games under their belts. Yeah, and then they'd have 3 total for the year, which could possibly see them. They will be put on the board of the rankings for that. Lead jammer right now is number 382, Anomaly.
You remembered.
I did.
Yay.
And number 84, Wham Bam Julianne, ready to score points, but Anomaly calls off the jam.
Looks like it was a 0-point jam for Happy Valley. I believe it was 2 points for Oklahoma.
191-81, 8 minutes and 6 seconds left on that period clock. And don't forget, guys, we're breaking the seal on the men's games. The first men's game over on track 1 already in play. Pushing through the front of the pack is number 2, Millie Megahertz for Happy Valley. She's skating against Eliza Juxiu.
Looks like Happy Valley's going to try to keep their wall together and keep Elijah back.
We've got a blocker kind of taking her time getting back in. She's fine, though. And Millie sent out to the box on the track cut.
Looks like we're going to have a full 2-minute jam then. So let's see what Elijah is going to do with her 30 seconds of power jam time.
We've got a minute and 19 seconds left on the jam clock, and Eliza already putting up 5 points for Oklahoma City.
Happy
Pushes on the outside line. Happy Valley trying to contain her. Sometimes I wonder, Julia, when we've got a situation where the other team is playing a little sausage derby with you and stopping at the back of the pack, why the other team always just sort of says, okay, well, we'll follow the jammer up to the top of the pack. I don't see any sort of attempt to break up and bring forward the defense that's in the back. 4 points for Millie as she comes in from the box. Eliza's still on her second scoring pass. And we've got a grand slam for Millie Megahertz. Happy Valley locking down the pack, keeping Eliza in her place. It's like it's time to wipe her brain clean, Julia.
She did a little apex jump there. came out with 5 points on that pass for Happy Valley.
It should be said, I'm trying to throw these Eliza Dushku things in, and if they come against, like, they may be like, time to wipe her brain. I'm not saying, anything. I'm just referencing the dollhouse. So I just realized that could be taken negatively.
You could sound like a psychopath.
Right? Millie Megahertz with another 4 points. That was an 18-point jam for Millie Megahertz. Brings them up to 99. 15 points for Eliza. 206 to 99.
It's like Happy Valley is going to be taking their last time out right now.
Happy Valley with their last time out right now. 5:34 frozen on the clock. Oklahoma City looking pretty strong coming into the tournament. I am reaching for the rankings here. So in this pool, we have Oklahoma City as first ranked in this pool. The FOCO Girls Gone Derby second ranked in this pool, and Happy Valley third ranked in this pool. So these three teams will play each other, and then the top two at the end of the day will move, or at the midday-ish tomorrow, we'll go ahead and move on to the standard single elimination bracket that will start tomorrow.
Gotcha. Are these brackets available online?
They are. If you go to the Mayday Mayhem Facebook page on Facebook, it's an actual like 'em up group, like when you click the like.
Like them up.
Yes, and they are updating with scores and etc.
nice.
on there. Make sure that when you like that page, you go ahead and go into the settings
And you have
and
to-
select show notifications when they post, and you'll get all of the scores from the Facebook group or the Facebook like 'em up page for the Mayday Mayhem. We've got hip knockets therapy in for Happy Valley.
We've got Anomaly skating for Oklahoma City. And it looks like Anomaly's got lead jammer status.
Someone we haven't seen jamming or playing for Oklahoma City is Lita. Oklahoma City pulling her, likely because she is sitting on 6 penalties, if my presumption precedes me. Hip Knockett still on her initial pass through the pack as Anomaly picks up 5 points. I think what we're seeing here is definitely experience trumping the day. You're seeing the jammers kind of struggling here at the end of the jam. Both of these. So, and just so you know, folks, the altitude is not an advantage for the ladies in Utah. They are at about the same altitude as opposed to Oklahoma City, who is coming from sea level to play here
Is that
in
right?
Loveland.
Okay.
2:14.99, 8 points for Anomaly before she calls off the jam. 4 minutes left in the game.
Still Magnolia jamming for Happy Valley. She'll be jamming against Scary England.
Still Magnolia jamming against Scary England, someone we haven't seen jam since the first period for Oklahoma City.
Looks like Happy Valley's got their wall going. Oklahoma City's got their wall going.
We've got the brace wall in effect.
Happy Valley's
Pushed.
forcing Scary England to the outside.
And Steel Magnolia breaks free. Lead jammer Happy Valley looking for a little last 4 minute of the game rally here. And we've got a track cut being assessed to Scary England. And you know what? Let me just look at my scribblings from the first half. Yes. See, Scary England, the last time that she jammed in the first half, she picked up a penalty. So that might be why we didn't see her jam anymore. Steel Magnolia pulling free, 5 points. Happy Valley locking it down with that passive offense. And we've got a blocker being sent to the box for Happy Valley. Being escorted by the ref because
She fouling out.
she is fouling out. Number 85, E-Bomb. She is going to be asked to exit the track immediately. That'll immediately eject you, right?
Still Magnolia knocked down pieces, some good awareness. Rawls back off the track.
So we've got a foul out. We do have a foul out in the game. Sorry, Julie and I were trying to discern whether or not it was a gross misconduct penalty that was having her exit the track immediately.
Well, usually you'll see when somebody's fouling out,
They'll sit.
They sit, and if there is time in the next jam, they're replaced by someone from their own bench, and they return to the staging area, remove their gear, and if they fouled out, they can hang about, watch the game. So that's what I'm kind of unclear on.
Yeah, that's why we were wondering if maybe she had an exceptional penalty there that would get her to leave immediately.
Yeah, if it was a gross misconduct, it would have to be evaluated by the head ref, even though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
are we we're on a
Perhaps,
timeout right now?
Yeah, we do have a timeout being called by Oklahoma City, their last timeout of the game. But we're setting back up again, 2:17, 1:12 with 2 minutes left in the half. Likely it was, I'm guessing it was clock awareness that he saw that there was less than 30 seconds in the jam. Yeah. And so he just went ahead with the foul out.
Yeah.
Which when you are an outside pack ref, you can, you're skating right by. You can take a look at the clock. 2:17, 1:12, 2 minutes left in the game. We've got Nikki on the line for
Happy Valley?
Happy Valley, sorry, and Eliza Juxiu on the line, and Lee Jammer for Oklahoma City. Eliza, definitely one of their most effective jammers.
Looks like Elijah's just about to get out on her first scoring pass. If she can make it past these last two Happy Valley blockers.
Yeah, not if Scarlet Viper can help it, though. Scarlet Viper and Hypnotic Therapy holding it down at the top. They do have to let her go, though. 4 points.
Yeah.
Payne and the Nikki avoiding that out-of-bounds line. She picks up 4 points. And I do believe, my friend, that Oklahoma City is running down the clock. 4 more points for Eliza Juxiu.
The clock is currently almost, there's a 2-second difference between the bout clock, or the game clock, I'm sorry.
Correct, and with 0 timeouts for all, this could be our last jam if she's letting it run.
Unless there's an appropriate official review that's going to come up right here at the end.
Bloody Two Shoes sent to the box to sit for 30 seconds. 4 more points for each of these ladies, and yes, it's a race. We got a multiple player block on a number 382 for Blue. Anomaly, she'll head to the box.
It's like Happy Valley's picking up 5 points on that last pass. Oklahoma City also picking up 4 points on that last pass.
And Eliza looks like she's going to fake it out there, but then she just decides to just go for it. Let's go for another scoring pass.
Why not?
Why not? We've got 1 second left on that clock, and there we go. That, folks, is the last whistle. 3 more points. Total in that last jam, 20-17. 237, 129. That's the last whistle for my fair NSO friends. And the first sanctioned tournament game for Happy Valley, 237, 128. Not a bad gap considering the experience differential here.
Happy Valley held up quite well, and they didn't give up. They kept up their endurance. They kept up their willingness to fight all the way through. Again, the score may not reflect it, but they put up an excellent bout against the well-seasoned Oklahoma City.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Colorado Sports TV. Final score, Oklahoma City 236.
Happy Valley 128.
Again, my name is Ms. Communication.
And I am Julia Sleazer.
But stay tuned. I'm going to grab a couple of skaters here, and we are going to have a little chit-chat on the side of the track. And you guys make sure you tune in about 20 minutes. We will have the Dallas Inception against the Sioux City Cornstalkers.
Stick around, because coming up next, we have a bunch of guys that skate like girls. It is men's roller derby here. That battle will be starting in just under 20 minutes.